My name is Lisa Franks, and I live full-time in my wheelchair-accessible campervan. This past summer, I explored the prairies of Canada, although things didn't quite go as planned.
This is my life now, guys. Sitting here filming myself doing a COVID test.
I ended up falling ill and was out of commission for many weeks. Now that I'm feeling stronger, I'm back on the road and traveling through Western Canada with plans to head to California to spend my winter surfing. In today's video, I'm preparing for an exciting trip to Iceland, and I push my endurance to the limit on my adaptive mountain bike.
It's been, all uphill for the past 6 or 7 kilometers. I've been staying at this beautiful campground, and I only planned on staying here for 2 nights, and now I've been here for 7 nights, so that tells you a lot. But the problem with these rustic campgrounds is my van gets so dirty. I can't take my shoes off when I come in, and despite best efforts, my floor gets full of dirt and pine needles and leaves and sometimes mud. So this is a 2 to 3 times a day job. I do try to limit what I bring in by brushing my wheels off when I'm on my lift, but no matter what I do, it's just always such a mess here. It has been pretty cold here, about down to freezing at night, and then overcast and a high of 10 Celsius in the day. So I've been a little bit cold, and I think it's time to do some activity to warm up. You might have seen a video I did about my experience in the Paralympics. And in that video, I gave a little teaser about a trip I'm doing in 2025. And I'm very excited that next fall, I will be going to Iceland with a group of 11 other adaptive athletes. And we are going to bike around the entire country, the entire island of Iceland. It's a huge undertaking because the route takes us around the country for 14 days, but we have to average 120 kilometers of biking every single day. I've never biked 120 kilometers at once, not in my life. And to do it for every day for 2 weeks straight is going to be a massive, massive undertaking. So this summer, when I was home in the prairies, I was starting to train and build up my endurance. And I was getting up to about 50 kilometers a day, just on flats, but hey, it was a start. And then of course I got sick, and all of that training just went out the window, and I didn't do any physical activity for about 7 weeks. Since being on the road for the last few weeks, I have gone out on some shorter bike rides, but nothing has been really a lot of exertion or a big challenge. So today I wanted to see if I could, test my endurance and see where I am as far as my training goes. So I was looking at the map, and just 20 kilometers from where I'm camped, there is a lake that has a forest road to get to. So 20 kilometers there and then another 20 kilometers back, that'd be a pretty big deal, but it's even more of a bike ride because of the elevation gain. I think it's over 800 meters of incline to get to that lake.
The route that I will take starts out on a forest road, and there's some rolling hills, but it's not going to be overly challenging. And then I take a small detour off the forest road, and that's where the climbing really starts to get intense. It leads into several switchbacks, which will be very, very steep and really test my strength and endurance. And then after 20 kilometers, I'll arrive at a beautiful lake. Like I said, I've only been training on the flats all summer. I'm not much of a climber, so it's going to be a very big deal. Honestly, I don't know if I can make it that far, especially not with all that elevation, but I want to try, and I'll be disappointed if I don't make it all the way, but really just giving it a try. There's no shame in turning around. So that's what the plan is today. I gotta get warmed up and try to make it to this lake. All right, I have my satellite communicator, my bag with tools and spare parts. I've got a bear bell because we're in bear country. I've got water. I think we're ready to go. Time to ride. Such a nice time to be out here. The leaves are turning. It's pretty much turned. I think they'll all just be falling off from now on. But love these fall colors. So if you look ahead at that mountain ahead, I think that's where I'm headed. It's to the top of that. That's where the lake I'm hoping to reach is at. So I've already climbed a little bit of elevation, but I have a long ways to go. I'm 4 kilometers in so far. All right, well, I heard there's one really steep hill. I might have to take like a zigzag approach if it's that steep, just to keep traction on my back wheel and to make it more manageable. Not so bad. Ooh, except for I phantom shifted just now. I'm making it all right. Ooh, gotta get that shifter looked at. We'll see. That might be the worst of it, but who knows what's after this little corner. And there's a logging truck coming down full bore. Yeah, this looks like it goes on for a while. I always feel bad when somebody waves to me because I can't really wave back. Don't want to take my hands off the crank, so I give a little head nod. Hopefully that's enough. A little off camber here too. That's making it an extra treat to climb. I'm gonna try to get back up in the middle. Whew. There we go. I'm having trouble shifting.
I just had my bike in the shop and I must have moved my little thumb shifter, which for me, because I don't have a lot of dexterity in my hand, makes it really difficult. I had it set perfectly, so I don't even know if I'm in the easiest gear right now, because I need to put all my grip strength into just holding on to the handlebars right now. Okay, I just shifted with my other hand and I almost started rolling backwards. Let's see. Whew. Okay, in easier gear is found. Oh boy, oh boy, that doesn't sound good. Okay, it does not like that gear. All right, we made it around another little corner. Still lots of climbing ahead of me, but it's going nice and steady. Still haven't been able to get into an easier gear. I just didn't like it, but lots of clunking. But we're making progress. Slow and steady. All right, I made it to the top of that hill. It looks like it's flat for the next at least kilometer or so, but it was a grind, but it was smooth. I mean, I didn't even lose traction at all. It was a workout, but I can manage it. So I'm feeling pretty confident that I can make it all the way to the lake today. I'm a little over a third of the way there, so 1/6 of the total trip. But I've only been actually moving for like 35 minutes, so yeah, I have high expectations. I'll be able to make it, and it's going well so far, but pretty cool view. Just you can see the hill drops down there pretty quickly, but onwards we go. All right, this looks like my turnoff. Yeah, I was told, looking at the map, I always had to keep to the left, so this checks out. And well over halfway there now. This is a lot nicer than the big gravel logging road for sure. More potholes though, gotta dodge a few more of these wet spots. But yeah, leaves are on the ground up here. All right, I'm over 2/3 of the way distance-wise, but about halfway elevation-wise, so I'm making progress, but this next these next 7 kilometers are gonna be a lot of work. I'm in some switchbacks. Not sure if you can see that, but I'll show you the view where I am right now, and you can see I'm not quite at the snow line. You can see some mountains across, but I think that's probably where I'll end up. And yeah, you can see I've climbed quite a bit of distance. It's probably hard to see, but yeah, you can see snow line across from me. And yeah, I've climbed some decent elevation. All right, I think I have another 2.5 to 3 kilometers. It's been, yeah, all uphill for the past 6 or 7 kilometers. This last little stretch was pretty gradual, but got a steep section coming up here, so I'm just taking a break, and then we'll see what is around the corner. My shifter still is acting up. I can't get into the easiest gear, but I'm in the second easiest gear, and it's staying like on that link, so that's positive. At least it's not phantom shifting out of it. I've used 58% of my battery to get up here. Wow. Well, I made it to beautiful Susan Lake. It's starting to rain a little bit. Those last, I want to say 6 kilometers were a grind, just a lot of elevation. And then the part I'm not excited about is it went into downhill to get down here. So when I leave, I'm gonna have to climb up another 500 or 600 meters. And then I can start my descent, but that's gonna be pretty fun going down. I'm actually pretty pleased with myself. Google Maps said it was gonna take 2 hours and 19 minutes to get here from my location, and I did it in 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's actual pedaling. I think it's closer to 3, almost 3.5, with all the breaks that I took on the last few kilometers. But yeah, that's pretty neat to know. There we go, sun, warm me up. Thank you. Just got a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I wish I'd brought some chocolate or sugar or something. I don't know what I was thinking. A little pick-me-up would be nice, but I'm just gonna enjoy this lunch view and slouch a little bit to give my body a bit of a break from the bike, since I can't just get off and shake everything out.
Up here, with this quiet lake stretching out before me and no one around for miles and miles, I'm reminded of the first time I found myself alone in nature. I remember how unsettling it felt. The silence was almost heavy and daunting. My thoughts kept leading me to what could go wrong. But now I'm used to it. In fact, I crave it. I crave the challenge of getting here, and I crave the silence. Being able to reach a remote place like this on my own power feels like a victory. It feels like claiming a piece of independence I never thought possible. As a wheelchair user, moments like these are hard-won, and that makes each one precious.
All right, I think it's time to get back on the road. I've been here for an hour, had my lunch, feeling a bit more rejuvenated. Really not looking forward to the climb to get out of here before the really fun descent. But it's cold here. I've already thrown on all the layers I have, even an extra one I didn't wear on the way up. So we'll see how long those layers last. But yeah, pretty neat to be here. Not a soul in sight for I don't know how many miles. And feeling pretty accomplished and hoping the return route goes smoothly too. Right, I'm just sending a message to Carl, my campground neighbor, using my satellite communicator, but it's also connected to my phone. So I'm gonna just let him know I'm on my way down and expect me in a few hours. One last look at the lake, and time to start this annoying climb before I can do all the fun downhill. That's a pretty cool view, kind of gives you some insight. I've descended quite a bit already, but just looking down on the top of the mountain. Woo! Now that's a view. Oh, I want to put the drone up, but it's raining a little bit. So unfortunately, you're not going to get an idea of how high I actually climbed. I've already descended quite a bit. So that's a pretty sweet view ahead of me. Because I'm by myself, I'm not going to let the bike just go. I'm pretty heavy on the brakes. Just want to be cautious on these downhills. Because it's not hard to wash your back end down on them. This is so much funner than going up. Just coasting. Very glad I threw on all my layers though, because when you're going this fast and a little bit of rain, it's pretty chilly. I can see home. It's that rock formation, the second one. Maybe 1 more kilometer and I'm home. Yeah. Oh my God. This is it. This is my turn off. And I'm home. Oh, arms are definitely jelly. I can see Mojo, my van. Just waiting for me. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. Well, I made it back to my van, Mojo, home sweet home, and I am pretty excited about that today. To think that I was sick for 7 weeks, haven't done a lot of exercise at all, and to be able to go out and get the highest elevation I've ever gotten on a bike ride, I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm just even getting more and more excited about Iceland in less than a year, so bring it on. It's even besides just being sick, it's pretty incredible to think that 7 years ago I was in chronic pain with a shoulder injury. I spent 7 years just barely existing, barely leaving my condo. I was on pain medication. And so to even get back to doing any activities, let alone something grueling like this, is pretty remarkable. So I have to celebrate that, and really I try to celebrate being out of pain, well, managing my pain every single day. But since I could do that today, I think it's pretty safe to say that after being sick for many weeks, I'm back, baby. I am so back, and I'm excited for a winter full of adventures. If you enjoyed my video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you in the next epic adventure. Until then, everyone, keep a wheel.